In this video we're answering question 4, which is how did you attract/address your audience?
So to start with, we did a survey to find out what our audience would want to watch and what genre they'd be interested in. We found out that this was psychological.
Psychologically, we wanted to attract our audience in terms of making things appear, not appear. For example, we did an over-the-shoulder shot, mid-shot and stuff, including a black figure that was there in one shot and then in the mid-shot wasn't there anymore. And we thought this would attract our audience and engage them in terms of them wanting to watch more, to see what happens for if the black figure does appear again.
And we also used the stereotypical location of a wood.
We assumed that our target audience, which was 15-plus-year-olds, would watch this film more frequently than older people because they seem to be categorised in the horror film category where they watch them films more, because obviously young people think that they're not scared of things and stuff like that, about the stereotypes again. But in terms of expenditure, they would supply us with the revenue to back this film because it's only a short film but wouldn't necessarily need a lot, so they'd supply us with the revenue to back it in production and stuff like that. Before we started the actual short film, we did do a lot of research into our audience and like what type of audience we were going for, like in terms of mass niche, and we went for a niche one simply because our film is short.
We also researched into why certain audiences like certain genres, and around that we did decide how we'd film ours and like the timings. So ours is in black and white, but we could have decided to do it at night or we could have decided to do it for the day.
I think it is hard to attract specific audiences because that specific audience we wanted to target may not like our film or may not be able to relate to it as much, but we try to make it as relatable as possible in terms of addressing our audiences and the problems teenagers might have in terms of falling out with friends, having nowhere to go, going to parks, going to woods, and as a teenager, they're places you don't necessarily want to go on your own, especially in the evening time because you don't know who's lurking about, etc, etc.
And I feel that that's a main part of it as well, where the audience is able to connect with the characters. They're able to relate to what Talia is going through. Like they could have had an argument with their friends, so it's something that happens on a day-to-day basis.
And I think the fact our thriller shows doesn't show full argument but shows a bit of it, attracts the audience because they want to know what it's like for other people to have arguments, like other friendships and other people to fall out and stuff. So I think that's another way how our film attracts and addresses our audience's emotions, friendships, things like that.
And we also leave it on a cliffhanger, which is again another reason why the audience would want to watch it, because they want to know what happens.
And that cliffhanger could attract more audience members, which could eventually make it a mass audience, which would fund our film quite nicely.